we're not hearing that anybody's in camp. It's about 7 or so weeks, about 7 or so weeks from December the 12th, 2015. And we don't know if Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter is going to be happening. Me right now, I'm starting to feel that it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it has to be announced this week. Right now, it's the 26th. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. We know right now that Victor Ortiz says he's going to be fighting on December the 12th. We know that Chris Arreola is supposed to be fighting on December the 12th. Victor Ortiz is not fighting Jose Zito Lopez on December the 12th. It's going to be, some get his name back out there fighter. Same thing with Chris Arreola, because he's had pretty much a bad year with the not so good win over Fred Kasi, and the not so good win over Curtis Harper, and the not so good draw-ish fight against Fred Kasi. So I'm thinking that Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman was supposed to be the main event, but for some reason it's looking like that fight's not happening. And I'm thinking, well, you got Shawn Porter's team saying that they're waiting for Keith Thurman, and it's like, is Keith Thurman ducking Shawn Porter? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't Keith Thurman fight Shawn Porter, especially if Amir Khan's not going to fight Keith Thurman? Does Keith Thurman know something that we don't? And is this a case of Keith Thurman, since he had that one bad round against Luis Collazo, he wants to take a step back as far as, the whole situation doesn't make sense. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't turn out to be Keith Thurman who's actually stopping this fight, because this has become a fight that fans want to see, and it would be a good way for PBC to kind of close out the year with a good fight like that. Because if Shawn Porter loses, it's like, where does Shawn Porter go from there? And then if Keith Thurman loses, then that would be the biggest upset of the year. Even though, meaning like it would be a big name losing, the biggest name of the year losing. So I don't know what's going on with the fight. I'm actually going to do some digging, and right now I haven't gotten any press releases, because I get the official press releases from PBC and Heyman Boxing. I haven't gotten anything saying that the Victor Ortiz date is official or the Chris Arreola date is official, but the fighters are saying that's the next time they fight. Also, John Molina is also saying that he's fighting, was that November the 14th, or I'm trying to figure out if he said December the 12th. But long story short, I'm thinking they're waiting for the main event to be announced before they announce the undercard. This may be their biggest fight to come in, their biggest card to close out the year. After all, they told you the names are supposed to be on there. But if it's not Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter, then who is it going to be? And you got to understand, like, training camp, they should be in training camp right now, or starting training camp soon if they're fighting on that date. So I'm hoping that we hear some type of announcement this week. I've heard a little trickle of rumors that it's going to be announced this week, but if it's not that fight, then I don't know what it's going to be. T Street Controversy Live.